20 strange cases from medical professionals, according to Reddit. Number 20. ICU nurse here had to prep a patient with a rectal vaginal anastomosis, aka a connection between the Okay, boy. Why don't we pretend one day? Why don't we pretend one day that I can keep a video visible on YouTube, okay? So I'm going to be paraphrasing a little bit. ICU nurse here, I had to prep a patient with a rectal vaginal anastomosis, a connection between the love canal and the brown canal. Every time I would insert the enema into her brown canal, all the brown water would come out of her love canal. Jesus. I honestly don't know if this is my weirdest, but it's the first that comes to mind. This will be a fun list, with me trying my best. Ugh. Oh my god. Hello everyone, just hoping you're having a great day so far. Figured a list in the morning might benefit somebody, if they were interested. So let's begin. Number 19. I was a mortician for a religious organization, and I have to say, the butt plug conundrum of 2013 was one of the more difficult issues I faced in the field. A decadent arrived in my morgue with a bejeweled butt plug firmly in place within 2 posts in a row, and it's all about the brown canal? Which led to a very interesting issue. If the family had known that the deceased was likely to have had such an item, we'd be screwed if we didn't list it among personal effects to be returned to the family. But if they were as vanilla as most of the relevant religious community claimed to be, such an item would probably be considered a slanderous perversion. Fortunately, my boss was a member of the relevant clergy, so I simply removed the item, popped it into a biohazard bag for him to decide upon. My Christian ears. Hello to Linda. Hello to Vanessa. It's so lovely to see you. Here's hoping you're having a wonderful morning. Good morning to you all. Number 18. Emergency room nurse. A man comes in after an accident and we do a brain scan for safety. We find a 3-inch nail embedded in his skull. We ask the man about it and he says he has no idea. Admits that he was once shot with a nail gun, but had no idea a nail had been lodged in his head. It had been there for well over 4 years. Bruh. Good morning to Megan, Stacy, Prelude, Rebecca, Dunya, and anyone else I didn't mention. The closer. Ooh, Rhea. How interesting. Rhea's got some questions to answer about how she always seems to have like a little army of black kids around her. It's super confusing. There's nothing wrong with that, but you see Rhea's not black, so where'd you get all them black kids? You know what I mean? Where did you get those black kids? Where'd you steal them? Come on now. Don't steal the kids. Number 17. Neurologist here. We don't get as many cool stories as the ER doctors. However, when I was in medical school, we had a cadaver with a very large and very tiger-striped tattooed penis. Okay. This was the only tattoo that this man had, and was very unexpected when it came time to dissect the genitals. Man, this video is going to be invisible as fuck. Obviously, this was saved by the staff for use on all our anatomy exams. You walk around the room to different parts and bodies and identify whatever is tagged, and this specimen was always identifiable by the only laughing medical student as they kept rotating it around the room. Well, ain't that a bit much, my dudes? Ain't that a bit much? Number 16. I've told this story, but it was on my other account. I worked in medicine as an x-ray technician / medical assistant. One day we had a patient come in complaining about a stomach ache. Considering the time of the year, it wasn't an abnormal complaint to have it in our family practice, or have them come in our family practice. So we run him through the normal tests, urinalysis, and an abdominal x-ray. Well, he was a shorter fella, so I had a lot of room on the film. The kind of x-ray that we use is a large shot centered on your belly button. I'm sorry. Sorry, I had to cough. The kind of shot is one large shot centered on your on your belly button. It's mostly used to see how full of poop you are. My God, this is medical. This is professional. I went to the dark room to process his film when something weird could be seen near his butt. There was definitely a lot of poop backed up, but I couldn't tell what was causing the blockage. I showed the doctor the film, and she busted out laughing. The doctor I worked with was usually stone-faced and serious about these kind of things, so it was odd. We were all confused. She asked me to go into the room with her while she asked him some questions. The first thing she asked him was what he shoved up his butt. I was so taken aback by the statement, I almost missed what she said. You see, this 40-year-old man has diarrhea the week before and decided to shove a tampon up his butt to stop it. It may be a bit early for this, huh, Kyle? I like to think of somebody just sitting in their car enjoying like a breakfast sandwich, and they thinking, go on, Kyle. Okay. He tried to take it back out, but the string got caught, and then he simply forgot about it. Whoa. We had to remove it. It was disgusting, and I never did another procedure ever again. Bruh. Number 15. I heard a story from a urologist when I was in medical school about a guy who came in for a vasectomy. During the procedure, the urologist has trouble finding the vas deferens, so he orders a few tests. It turns out the guy was bilateral congenital absence. He has bilateral congenital absence of the vas deferens, but the guy had 3 kids. Oh my God. What a hoe of a wife. Oh my God. I like Linda. She said, that bitch. Oh my God, that's fucked. Number 14. A real grub inside a tooth. Grub? Excuse me? An old patient came to us with a long-term and several pain. I'm guessing that meant severe. They're probably typing this from a phone or something. An old patient came to us with a long-term and severe pain in her tooth. The doctor extracted the tooth and put it into a tray. After 1 minute, we saw a grub crawling out from the tooth. This woman had lived with it for at least 6 months. Ew. I don't like this list. Number 13. Here's another weird one. 3 golf balls in a man's stomach. His cause of death was lung cancer, still trying to figure out how he ate golf balls. How long they were in there, considering he was on life support for 2 weeks before he died. Someone says apparently there's a new type of golf ball that rolls into the hole if you get it within 4 inches of the hole. He probably just tried to keep them in his back pocket. Someone says that went meta quickly, which means I'm guessing as we go up this list, we're going to see a repeat of this shitty reference. And then maybe it'll make more sense. And maybe contextually, this will be funny. But it ain't funny right now. And I don't have to pretend. Number 12. Not a doctor, but my brother and I were the first for my mom's doctor. My brother and I are twins, but I was born a month premature. My brother was actually a few days overdue. My mom got pregnant with my brother, and a month or so later, she got pregnant with me. Her body released another egg despite her already being pregnant. Because of the way that we were conceived, my brother shoved me up under my mom's ribs. Her heartbeat concealed mine. So a month before my brother's due date, the doctor finally realized that there were two of us. This was in 1985, and ultrasounds weren't nearly as good as they are now. Interesting. Crazy scenario, to say the least. Intriguing. Number 11. In my anatomy lab, my group's cadaver had died from a systemic complication of stage 4 lung cancer. And when we got to the lungs, they were rock hard. They were two rock hard, necrotic, blackened masses that looked nothing like the other cadaver's pink and spongy lungs. Ugh. My anatomy professor took one lung out and wrung it, resulting in the putrid black goo flowing out of the lung. As he was draining the lung, he mentioned in an Indian accent, This is what happens when you smoke. Don't do it. Just go work in tech support. You want to hate your life. I'm kidding. You're not supposed to. I mean, I didn't write it, so it's not like offensive. Number 10. I'm a funeral director. I haven't seen anything too anatomically strange, but I did have an incident where an innocent-seeming old man with a tattoo on his penis. Also, we had an obese woman, and when we were embalming/bathing her, a sugar packet fell out of a fat roll. Just one of those little pink ones. It seemed like it had been there for a while. That's messed up. Somebody else said, I used to work in ER, and one time we had a young woman come in, maybe 22 years old, who was morbidly obese. She kept gesturing vaguely at her lower abdomen region, saying, I can't see what it is, but something hurts. In the course of the exam, we had to lift her panis, the flap of fat/skin that hangs down, the fupa, if you will. As it was lifted, we found an abscess with a weird orange substance around it. Long story short, she had dropped a Cheeto while eating, and it had gotten stuck in her rolls. Don't it just make you want to take a shower? Don't this list just make you want to take a shower? If this list make you want to take a shower, like the video. And if you actually go to take a shower, send me some pictures. I'm kidding. Go into my wish list and buy me something. Baby. Long story short, she dropped a Cheeto while eating, and it had gotten stuck in one of her rolls, her jelly rolls. It stayed so long that it eroded a hole in her skin. My sister still hasn't forgiven me for telling that story at dinner one night. Someone responds, my mother is a nurse and loves gross shit like this. I can talk about it over dinner, no problem. The other day I was eating with my girlfriend's parents and started explaining atherosclerosis. I was describing a great video of a doctor literally pulling a long rubbery snake of fat from a man's artery. Here's the video. Nope, they weren't amused, but that video makes me want to be a surgeon. I need to pull out every last one. Get me out of here. Number 9. Doctor here. General. Yeah, you starting to read shit funny too. Doctor here. General practitioner and young, so not many experiences. I had this kid around 8 years old and his mother come to the pediatric triage about a cold. Interesting. As soon as they came in, they filled the room with stench like a wound festering. That humid and rancid smell. The kid had a runny nose, but secretions were coming from a single nostril. Upon examination, we found the sinus cavities filled with cotton. Apparently, the kid had this funny idea of stuffing one nostril with cotton and shoving it up inside with a stick as far as he could. We had to call the specialist to remove a lot of very deep cotton that was, of course, a picnic field for bacteria. The kid probably isn't going to college, but he won't be lacking new ideas. Bruh. My heart hurt reading this. Okay? Number 8. My colleagues were embalming an autopsied male and found 2 hairnets, numerous plastic tissue samples, slides, a plastic urine container with another person's name on it, and over 27 latex gloves within his abdominal cavity. Someone shoved over 27 latex gloves up there. The gloves are what impressed me. The gloves are what impressed me. Number 6. The weirdest thing was in a woman's intestine, a dead mouse. Tiny little thing. Obviously never got the chance to ask how the mouse got there, as this was post-mortem. Definitely unexpected though. Maybe he went up there after she died. Lemmy winks, Lemmy winks, Lemmy winks. Gerbil King. Number 5. She isn't dead. But this week I saw a patient with endometriosis in her lungs. A lot of girls suffering from this. Somehow womb lining cells had traveled to her thorax and colonized on the lung. She previously had symptoms of coughing up blood while menstruating, but because the endometriosis was so severe, she was on the pill to stop her periods entirely. Then she came off it to have a baby. Ooh, girl. And after the birth, with her hormones all over the place, she developed 2 pulmonary embolisms, blood clots in the lung, that's what that is, and a few weeks after that, 3 successive pneumothorax, which is collapsed lungs, which can happen to any of us at any fucking time. The womb cells had tried to shed and made a hole between the airways and the sac surrounding the lung, letting air escape. She's deciding now whether to let the surgeons cut out that part of her lung with the endometrial cells to go back on the pill for life, or to have a full hysterectomy and remove her ovaries. A tough choice at 32. Nigga, how is it a tough choice? She already basically risked death to have this fucking kid. She in the clear now. All of this shit that happened to her could easily have killed her. So all she's really doing right now is making a choice between living and living. It's just 2 slightly different ways. Get the fucking hysterectomy, bitch, at this point. You lucky to be alive. Get the hysterectomy. You out here taking pills, which means you could be in a situation where if these pills aren't available to you, or if the body somehow, I don't know, and the body can build up an immunity to all kinds of bullshit. If the body decides that, hey, maybe these pills ain't enough, they can fucking start this shit. Get the fucking, and Rhea poses an even greater point. Why the kid gotta be yours? Why the kid gotta be yours? You know what I mean? And if it gotta be yours, you couldn't find like another woman, and then the dude that you love and want to have a kid with, he just makes some sperm go into that in vitro or some shit like that. If you're so, oh my God, y'all crazy. Some people are crazy. Some people are dying for this like storybook life. Oh my God. Number 4. One of the cadavers had 2 spinal cords, aka a split spinal cord malformation. 2 spinal cords. That's pretty interesting. Is Tobias Larson out here hitting us with 3 posts in quick succession? Maybe that timeout will teach his dumbass a lesson. My God, I know you like seeing your own name, and maybe this is the way you type to girls that then ignore you, you know, on your phone, my dude. But either condense it all to one message, or make it not seem like you're full autism. You know what I'm talking about? Autism to the limit. Push it. Oh my God. That's not funny. Somebody, it's too early. I shouldn't have done this list, but you know, we made it through the majority of it before this guy came in and just, you know, fucked it all. Tobias, I hope you're learning a lesson about, you know, yourself Just leave me out of the note if something happens. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just kidding. We love you. Number 3. Pretty memorable to me. I'm a doctor, and I was working OT, which is anesthesiology. Okay. An emergency came in the afternoon. Apparently, the patient is a fisherman and got into a fight with his fisherman friend. Wouldn't we all have loved it better if he got into a fight with a fish? Patient was impaled by a spear gun. The spear entered just lateral of his belly button and came out just above his right hip. Oh boy. He actually held this 6-foot-long spear going through his body and walked into the emergency room by himself. When it was time to put him under, he wasn't scared or anxious. He just said, "Fix me up so I can go find that guy." Well, sometimes it's all about that vengeance. Rebecca Anderson. Usagi says, "Hey, does anyone know if Kyle is going to do a late stream later?" Well, yeah, I just wanted this to be an extra. Wow, Quasar, I appreciate this. This is a welcome donation you've hit me with, and I appreciate you, Quasar. Thank you. Thank you, Quasar. As we continue up to number 2, a father owns a crematory. We once cremated a man with no clothes and not in any container, and along with his ashes came a massive belt buckle. I kid you not, we have no idea how it got in him, but it was definitely there. Somebody said, "You can take the man out of Texas, but you can't take the Texas out of the man." Unbelievable. The Closer says, "Kyle, thanks. I haven't gotten to be on stream in months. This hour really helped." Well, I appreciate and love you, cutie. Hope everything's fine. I mean, Magic says this is the first stream I've been able to catch in ages. What the hell? This other chick just said that, though. Y'all out here copying each other's styles. One of you is a poser. You should both fight to the digital death. As we finish up this list, because I just wanted to give a quick little thing in the morning. The list of 20 strange cases from medical professionals. Check out this guy's thumbnail. He must really think he's hilarious. Number 1 reads, "A young man comes in complaining of a headache. I work in radiology. We ask for the history. Nothing to report," he says. We scan his head, and the CAT scan shows a bullet rattling loose inside his sinus. It's kind of between the nasal cavity and the brain. I asked the guy, "Have you ever been shot in the face?" And he says, "Oh yeah, I guess I should have mentioned that." What? Look. Somebody said, "Thank God he didn't get an MRI, dude." Someone says part of an MRI screening report is asking the patient if they've ever been shot. You'd think that people get x-rays or all manner of tests before they ever reach the MRI, man. That shit's scary as hell. That shit's scary as hell. Holy bing bong. Guys, love you to death. Hope you enjoyed this early morning list. Was just feeling the renewal of the YouTube streaming ability. And who knows how long it could last. You know, this channel's a little bit too edgy. Doesn't really play by the rules. So, who knows how long it could last. Things might get fucked over real soon. So, stay safe, stay out of trouble. Try not to be stressed. And try to, oh wow, what a glider for Fortnite. Looks like something straight out of World of Warcraft, to be honest. So people gonna have to drop $20 on that. It's not gonna be me. Y'all gonna have to find a way to get me back into Fortnite, man. My God, it's just so corny and boring. Hate it. Yeah. I got work to go do, guys. I'm gonna earn that cash so I can destroy my own wish list because I really need to get back to work in a bigger way. And soon that work will be able to keep me safe for a long amount of time. Love you guys. Look forward to more of me. If possible, I'll be able to crank more of these out, during the daytime. And the shorter they are, the better, because, the more I'll be able to keep it together as opposed to just losing my mind. Special thanks to my sponsors for being hardcore and, just representing me so damn long. I really can't get enough of you. I appreciate the hell out of you. Probably going to change this little format to kind of dictate how long some of you have been sponsors, because some of you are pretty hardcore. And that goes to some of you as patrons who are equally as scary, in that some of you are patrons and sponsors and subscribers over on fucking Twitch, which is crazy. But again, I appreciate you. I love you. And if you need me, I'm always available to you. So send me a message on, Snapchat. Tell me your name, because I get more messages on there from people, I don't know, trying to get information or solicit me than you'd be able to understand. It's truly a fiasco what I've set up on the Snapchat, but I don't want to not be available to somebody who may need it, so you know what to do. The Discord is available, and I guess the primary purpose of it right now, in my opinion, is, yeah, there's people there to talk to if you want it, but I imagine everybody's pretty busy, and that's why it's relatively dead in there. But it's a great place that will basically give me the ability to notify you when the stream goes live in case YouTube doesn't notify you. So I'd recommend just getting in the Discord, and then I'll be able to page all of you and have it be like, oh, he's streaming right now. So love you. See you guys soon. Get at me if you need me. Otherwise, have a great day. Try not to stress. And I will be back soon. Schwanz Gruberman, how you doing, my man? Taking it easy, I hope. Taking it not sleazy. This dude says, shit, I missed it. Well, what can you do when you miss it? Shit. See you later. Bye.